Okay, what we have is a 2023 KTM 350 XC. It's a little bit different than the SXF Motocross edition. This one's got a bigger tank. You got hand guards, 18-inch rear wheel, factory skid plate, which is actually really nice. And the suspension settings are a little bit different. As far as the motor, it's pretty much the same. Both the XC and the SX carry the same motor and the same mapping. So that's kind of nice to know. What drew me to this bike, I rode my buddies here in the fall, late fall. He has the Husqvarna equivalent, the FX 350. Really liked the bike. I liked the way it went around the motocross track. And I thought, well, maybe I'll give it a shot. So here in last November, I was kind of shopping around and actually got a pretty decent deal from Power Yamaha. So purchased it, and the weather of course went to hell, and it set for about a month, and finally got a chance to ride it at a motocross track, Riverdale, and really liked it. And since then we've rode a couple times in the desert, which is most of my riding, fast desert trails. So this is kind of this evaluation. I don't really have a lot of time, about 10 hours on the bike, but I know it well enough, to give my view. I'm a plus 60 rider. I guess my ability, I've been riding a long time. I guess I got decent ability. And I know what works and what don't work. First impression, I'm 6'2", about 245 with gear. And right off the bat, the bike's a little cramped. For 2023, the bike's all new. Motor's different, swing arm's different, frame, geometry, suspension settings are different. Virtually nothing's held over from 2022. I know sometimes that could be good or bad. The bike's just a little bit cramped. For me, I'm kind of debating either I'll put some fastway pegs on there or get a seat when they're available. Unfortunately, a new model year, there's just not a lot of seats available. So I guess time will tell. I really like the motor. I like the characteristics of the motor. I mean, once you get that thing in the mid-range to top end, it just rips. It's got good power, really good power, but it's not a 450. If you're used to dogging a 450 around, you can't dog this. You'll need to use the gearbox. In the fast desert trails, I use third, fourth, fifth most of the time. Sixth gear must be geared to the moon. I mean, it's hard to pull it. I'm almost thinking this comes with a 47 in the rear. I might try a 48 or even a 49. I haven't really decided yet. I think it would definitely benefit for some lower gearing. But that said, it works great the way it is. One thing I really love on this is the suspension. Even with my weight and running the stock rear shock spring in there, this handle's incredible. Eventually I'm going to get a heavier spring. I'm going to go probably up to a 5.0. But the way it is and the more aggressive settings, it works great. AER front forks, air forks, no problem at all. This is the second new KTM I've had with the air forks, and these work 100 times better than my 2020 300. Everything about the settings is actually plush. It takes the big hits well. Totally amazing. I mean, night and day. KTM keeps getting better, and definitely these air forks are better. A lot of people say, well, you need to do a spring conversion, throw them away as soon as you get them. I don't agree. I think the air forks are really good. I don't think KTM would put these on a bike unless they worked really well. Some of the things I don't like about it, of course, the XC, no spark arrestor. I've got a rear tip coming, the spark arrestor approved. That's still 150 bucks. A lot of people are getting silencers and that, and I wanted to keep the cost down. Like I said, it's kind of cramped, so probably eventually going to get a new seat. There's really nothing on the market right now. Seat Concepts has some, but they only have standard sizes. I'd have to get something at least an inch taller. Handlebars I didn't like either. They were a bit low, so I put some Wyndham Bid Suzuki bars on there. A little bit more sweep back than I'm used